Today on Refined, it's more than just a neighborhood spot.
People will literally come for 3 meals.
Yes.
Why locals swear by this Burien restaurant. Plus, someone called the plant doctor.
Oh my goodness. Look at the roots.
Brought it to the plant doctor just in time.
Meet a young woman who has made a budding career over her passion for plants. And
So, Guard, you gotta check this out.
the future of real estate is here, and Refined is giving you a sneak peek. Seattle Refined starts now. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. We want to start off the show by thanking you because most of the places we profile come from viewer suggestions. And when we ask for ideas on local hotspots for a new segment called Neighborhood Nosh, the emails absolutely poured in. And one that really stood out pointed us to a place in Burien. And Refined's Brandon Burnstead could not wait to check it out.
You know, we love it when our viewers send us restaurant recommendations. So when I heard about a family-run spot serving up scratch-made food in downtown Burien, you know I had to check it out. This is 909 Coffee and Wine.
Every day since I moved here, I've been coming in here for my morning coffee, and that vibe hasn't changed. It's the same sincerity, the same warmth, the same feeling of community.
You meet people. It's just a gathering place, and it's just a nice place.
That's thanks to executive chef Frank Ricci and his sister-in-law Kelly, who opened this place back in 2007.
So we really wanted to try to really create probably the best restaurant in Burien, and just not, you know, hey, we don't need to go downtown. We can just go to 909.
909 really is a family affair. Frank's nephew Angelo works here, and back in the kitchen, his niece Chrissy is whipping up one of their best-selling breakfast dishes, the chorizo hash.
And we want to add in the corn and the poblano peppers, and then the chorizo will be in there at the beginning also a little bit. And then it goes in the oven for about 8 to 10 minutes. And we put 2 eggs over hard on top, and some avocado and the corn tortillas. The salsa verde, just a little bit around there too. Add more flavor. There you go.
I mean, come on. It's a home run. Oh. Now I know why people keep coming back for breakfast, Frank.
It's kind of funny. I'll see people 3 times a day, which is kind of crazy. They'll eat here 3 times in one day.
People will literally come for 3 meals.
Yes.
That's right. At 909, you can get a cup of coffee, a cocktail, or a fantastic meal all day. And no matter what time you show up, it's a good bet you're going to see Frank.
I cannot believe how much this guy works. I always thought he just kind of showed up. But you see him in the morning, and then if you're playing at night, he's there at night.
You can see the care and love he puts into his work, and it shows, it really does, with the food that comes out and the people that come in here and how he interacts with them.
We really want you to feel like you're at home. So we loved when you walk in the door that you feel like you can just relax. You've had a stressful day, and let 909 take care of you. Flip those over.
The Ricci's are serious about hospitality and about their food. The dinner menu is constantly evolving based on what's in season.
So for dinner, we're going to do a duck breast. We're going to sear duck breast, and then we're going to put it over some baby carrots, some baby potatoes, and some parsnips, and we got a cherry mustard sauce that's going to go around it.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think? It's good?
It's tender. Tons of flavor. That skin is perfectly rendered. A little bit of crisp on the outside. Nice and tender in the middle. And really, that sauce is excellent. 909 is a staple in Burien for a reason. It's more than a restaurant. It's a place for the community to come together. And that won't change anytime soon.
We're in it for the long haul. I got a lot of nephews and nieces that hopefully will take this over for me. So hopefully it's a staple of Burien for the next 20 to 25 years.
For Seattle Refined, I'm Brandon Burnstead.
Do you have a spot that we should check out for our next Neighborhood Nosh? Email us at hello@seattlerefined.com. When you think of top Seattle restaurants, Canlis may come to mind first, but it's not just the food that has grabbed national attention. The James Beard Foundation announced the premier restaurant will be receiving their 2019 Design Icon Award. Canlis has called Seattle home for over 60 years. To read more about the design and why it's receiving this honor, head to seattlerefined.com. If you're like me, when you hear the word houseplant, you picture a sad-looking fern in a plain pot, right? Well, we recently met a young woman who says plants can actually be stylish and stunning additions to your home. Here's Refined's Malia Karlinski.
Hey Hey guys, so I bought this plant 10 years ago when I moved into my house, and when I bought it they said there's no way you can kill it. Well, I haven't killed it, but I've definitely maimed it. So today I'm bringing it into Urban Sprouts to see if Jen can save it.
Hello.
I have a challenge for you here.
All right, I'm ready.
Jen Stearns is the owner of Urban Sprouts in Renton. They call her the plant doctor. Don't judge me.
This is a judgment-free zone.
Where I saw a sad, withering plant, she saw potential. Or is it plant-tential?
This is a ZZ plant. It is indeed a champion.
Her diagnosis was simple.
We need a bigger pot because it needs more space.
So what you're telling me is all these problems really come down to the plant needing more space.
Yep.
Total face plant. Jen took us through the steps of how to save my ZZ.
We're going to put this gravel in the bottom so we have a drainage layer. Now we're going to take this out of this pot, and don't be scared.
I'm scared.
Oh, really easy. All right, now take that one away.
Oh my goodness.
All
Look
right,
at the roots.
so it's really bound up.
Oh.
You brought it to the plant doctor just in time.
What is that gelatinous situation there?
That is rot. The plant was killing off parts of itself in order to save the other parts. So it looks like the stalk that had the most rot actually just disintegrated entirely, so it's not there anymore. Okay. So the ones that are left are okay. We're gonna put the plant back in this pot.
My single plant had become many.
All right, perfect. Now we're gonna cover them up.
A little fertilizer and water, and this plant had a new leaf on life. You saved my plant.
Yep, thank you. You're welcome.
Even as a kid, Jen had a budding interest in plants.
I've always been in the dirt my whole life. My mom had a really beautiful flower garden, vegetable garden growing up, and she always made sure that there was a spot for me in the garden.
She earned a degree in environmental science from UW and learned about growing plants indoors.
Plants are so therapeutic and they're so good for you. I wanted to share what I learned with everybody.
Jen showed us a few of the trendiest plants in her shop.
So these are marimo. They're a freshwater string algae.
These can only be found in 2 places in the world.
Yes.
Where?
There's a lake in Japan and one in Iceland.
And that's it.
That's it.
In Renton.
And Renton. So this is a kokedama.
Okay.
It's a Japanese-style planter. It translates to moss ball. And what it is literally just, instead of a pot, you wrap the root ball of this plant in a sphagnum moss planter.
You have thousands of plants in here probably, but there's one plant you will not sell. What's the deal with this guy?
So this is our Thai constellation, Monstera deliciosa. It's a very popular plant right now. They're super easy to take care of and they're gorgeous.
How much were you offered for this plant?
I was offered $1,000 for it the other day.
But there's no way.
No.
Jen is such an expert on plants, she literally wrote the book on them.
It's called the Inspired Houseplant. The first part is about trimming and planting, and the middle section is all these projects. There's terrarium building and how to make a kokedama and how to mount a fern, and then the last section is styling. All these different styles that are just really, really well laid out that include a lot of houseplants, which is just supposed to be inspiration.
Her passion for plants seems to grow with time.
I just want people to love plants.
Malia Karlinski, Seattle Refined.
Jen Stearns' book, The Inspired Houseplant, is available now. Visit SeattleRefined.com for more info. Seattle Refined is just getting started.
Hearing a singing bird for the first time feels like you're witnessing the birth of a miracle.
This local woman turns back the hands of time when it comes to breathing new life into these amazing artifacts. Plus,
I absolutely believe that we are the real estate future.
the company putting Seattle on the real estate map when it comes to technology. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Refine. You know, we love a good piece of real estate on this show, and this next property has something we don't see very often. Check it out. This Medina home can be accessed by a tram. That's right, it has its own tram. The home sits on the shores of Lake Washington and has the vibe of a year-round vacation. By the way, the neighbors are Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos. To find out how much it's going for, head to SeattleRefined.com. When it comes to real estate, there's a brand new company in town that is changing the landscape. If you don't know their name yet, you soon will. Our sponsor, Compass, is truly the future of real estate. With Seattle's hot real estate market, you would think being a realtor would be easy. But brokers like Brad Cahill know it takes commitment.
Real estate still is relationship driven. We're really going to put the same time and energy and resources towards a first-time home buyer in addition to a waterfront property. And that's something that really we believe in. And
Brad is one of 4 partners with Northwest Group Real Estate.
hey, Guard.
Hey, man.
This is our listing. Welcome.
Hey, thank you very much. This is beautiful here.
Yeah, this is, we're in Madison Park, one of the most coveted areas of Canterbury neighborhood.
NWG is widely regarded as one of the best teams in town, and now they're only getting better. They were the first to join Compass Seattle, a growing revolutionary real estate brokerage.
When we were going through the decision-making process of should we make the move, you know, the thing that excited us was the opportunity to blend the technology side that Compass has with the human element that really has helped us grow our business.
NWG especially has really great expertise in the area, and I think they laid out a really great foundation for us to build upon. I'd love to see that, Emmett. What we offer is a breadth of really incredible, phenomenal technology.
One of the things that's different than kind of the traditional model is that we've got support staff from tech to marketing to photographers to just kind of a wide range of folks who are there, and they're hired to support the brokers to the point where in the past you're having to independently find everyone for your team.
Compass streamlines everything for the agent, from branding to scheduling to the high-tech app.
So, Guard, you got to check this out.
Yeah.
One of the coolest things about Compass and kind of their whole platform is their signs.
Right here.
I know it sounds simple, but our signs haven't changed in 30 years. I can walk up and it will sense if I'm close, and if I've got the Compass app, I can put my phone right up to it. All of a sudden,
You get all the info
I've got
you
all
want.
the information. I can scroll through.
Wow.
I see all the photos. I see the open house schedule. I see the price. This one's just under $3.2 million.
Which is a deal.
Which is a steal. It's a steal.
And that's what Compass is about
Yeah.
technology, great for the agents,
Yep.
which really helps out the clients.
Yep.
I absolutely believe that we are the real estate future. We've already grown to over 300 agents in less than a year, so I think that signifies the impact that we're having in the area. I think once you meet a Compass agent and you see how they interact and how they interact with their clients and the tools, then you kind of just get it. It's like this aha moment.
Bottom line, Compass allows agents and brokers like Brad to spend more time doing what they love.
I love working with people. I love helping add value. Anyone can go online and find a property, but it's kind of all the other aspects of the business that really excite me and our team.
To learn more about Compass Seattle, head to SeattleRefined.com. Coming up, it doesn't get much better than a salmon feast. A local company shows us how to get it right. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm Garrett Swanson. Well, people who aren't from the Northwest tell me all the time they didn't know how good seafood could taste until they come here to Seattle. It's true. We have some of the best seafood around. Washington Grown's Val Thomas Matson visited a local company doing its part to share the flavor with the rest of the world.
Sea Bear has been smoking salmon in Anacortes for about 60 years. We caught up with President Mike Mondello to show us around and talk about his business.
What was the inspiration for your business?
So it started in 1957 with a gentleman named Tom Savage, and he was a local fisherman who just decided one day he was going to start smoking salmon and started selling smoked salmon to the taverns in the area. And they loved it, and it sold well. They said to him, can you make it last longer? And that's where he came up with the pouch that we use in our packaging that makes the product shelf stable. And it starts with excellent salmon. You can't make great food without great raw materials. But then from there, it's pure, natural, wild ingredients. It's handcrafted. So it's an artisan smokehouse, and that's what separates us from many of the other kind of smoked salmon you can buy.
Are you ready to take me on the process?
Sure, let's go see it.
All right,
we
let's
might
do
even
it.
have you fillet some fish.
Oh, I'd love to. I feel like I'm just gnawing the fish. I got that part. Oh my gosh, mine doesn't look like yours. There's a lot of fish left on that.
We'll get out of the way so Mike's team can finish filleting and curing the salmon to get it ready for the smoker.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's been hand filleted, it's been cured, and now it's in the smoker. And as soon as we close this up, we're going to start the smoke.
Okay.
And this will smoke for 6 to 8 hours. What they're doing here is they're making our smoked salmon in the gold seal pouch. This pouch is like a flexible can.
So is that why you don't have to refrigerate smoked salmon then?
This kind of smoked salmon, that's right.
Oh,
And
okay.
all these pouches will go into the big pressure cooker,
Oh, okay.
and they'll be cooked in their own juices. And then that product will be beautiful Northwest-style smoked salmon that'll be shelf-stable, no refrigeration required, for several years.
After all of that, what are we tasting here?
So this is the wild Alaskan sockeye smoked in the traditional Northwest style that we saw being made.
Oh, all right.
Let's give it a shot.
A little try. This is great. Thank you so much.
You're quite welcome. Thank you.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to Refined. I'm Gerd Swanson. As you know, we profile a lot of interesting people on this show. But this next local woman is so fascinating that only a few people in the world can do what she does. Here's Refined's Malia Karlinski.
In this South Seattle studio, priceless pieces from the past are brought back to life. Brittany Nicole Cox is part magician and part mechanic. Although there is an official title for what she does, antiquarian horologist. There are only a few people in the world who can do this work.
An antiquarian horologist is someone who works with clock or watch-related mechanisms. Usually they're antique. They come in many different shapes and sizes, so anything from a watch or a clock to a musical box, an automaton.
Watches and clocks work with gears and machinery. So does automata. Many of these amazing artifacts are centuries old.
Automata are self-operating machines. So these are basically mechanisms that are made to mimic a living thing in the world. It's a mechanical object that is meant to simulate life or movement. So it could be a mechanical flower that blooms. It's a person that smokes a cigarette. There are many different kinds, but the version of automata that we're talking about are some early pieces that were made to mimic the human experience in the natural world.
Clients all over the globe send Brittany their broken automata. Many are bird boxes like this one. Originally meant to tweet, when she got it, the bird was missing.
And what's the deal with this guy here? This is another, 1880s piece, maybe 1870s, 1880s.
Wow.
The bird is new, so I made this bird here. And typically they would be feathered to look like a real bird in the wild, but because this belongs to me and I could do kind of anything I wanted, I decided to make him really colorful and just kind of make him, very hopeful looking, I thought. He has a very bright song, so I thought, why not give him feathers to match? Hearing a singing bird for the first time feels like you're witnessing the birth of a miracle.
So when he's producing that music, that's all based on the mechanics of what is inside the box.
So there's a slide whistle, and if you think of a slide whistle, you got that sound. Okay, so the plunger moves in and out of the whistle. That changes the pitch of the note. And then you have the trill, the pause in between each note. And that's dictated by a release in the bellows system. So the bellows act as lungs.
Wow, no batteries.
Nope. Everything is self-contained, just brass and steel.
Her interest at figuring out how things work began at just 2 years old.
Working with my dad definitely probably got this all started. I would often be in there in the garage helping him with his car, or at least I thought I was helping him.
Today, Brittany does much more than repair antique machines. She actually makes the parts.
These things weren't really mass-produced in the same sense as we think about production today. Any piece that needs to be replaced has to be handmade here.
Her work may require patience and precision, but these small pieces have a big payoff.
It brings such an elation. It's such an incredible feeling to know that you have corrected something and basically restored a voice to a voiceless piece. I guess what I find most interesting about it is that, whoever made that 200 years ago expected that bird to sing. Sometimes maybe it hasn't worked, it's sat silent for 100 years. So to be the first person to bring that back is an honor, a privilege to be a steward.
Malia Karlinski, Seattle Refined.
To learn more about Brittany's work, head to our website. All right, that's all we have for today's show. I'm Gerd Swanson. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you right back here on Seattle Refined.